So let's talk about breakdown of spend. Now we're talking about ad spend percentages for Facebook. Overall, that's what we're talking about, right? So we're talking about what's going on and what you're going to do. People say Facebook ads suck, but let's understand something. You know, because of how we're spending our money, because of what content in different contexts we are using, we're not getting the right bang for our buck. We're not doing a really, really great job on what we're trying to do, and that's generate leads. So with lead generation, we've got to have the why, the what, and the wherefore of what we're actually doing and how we're going to break it down, So this is a long game to a point, and we're going to talk a little bit about that long game on an overall basis of what we should be spending. But it's not what we should be spending, it's what we should be spending it on, the percentages of what types of ads. So, what are you going to post? I mean, what kind of post are we going to use? Is it going to be a blind post? Is it going to be a post that we're already using? But it has to be engaging, right? It has to be to a point engaging, but it also has to build authority, and it's got to sell, but we don't want it to be cheesy. We don't want it to be salesy. We want it to make sure that we're giving information and giving value. That's where the sell is, right? The sell is in our tone. The sell is in our pace. The sell is how we're building authority in ourselves and being engaging. Number one, for people to stop and take a look at it. And number two, to build the authority. And number three, they're going to have the three levels of awareness where they weren't aware first. Now they are, whether it's you or buying a home, and then it's you and buying a home, and then they choose you. This is all about client acquisition through client generation. Because when we're able to engage, build the authority, we're able to be in the forefront of their minds and help us to acquire an audience, acquire clients from that audience, right? So there's three types of content, right? There's there's content amplification, and there's conversion. These are ads, all right? So there's three types. There's stuff. One is supposed to make you stick out a little bit more, which is content amplification. And the third is conversion ads. So we got ads, content amplification ads, and conversion ads. The can be long form, it can be short form. It can be images, it can be memes. It could be a lot of different things, but it's crafted to get a reaction. It's not necessarily crafted for the long gain, which is a lead. Right? It's not actually crafted for that, right? But it's actually crafted to gain attention, i.e. a like, right? Maybe a share, maybe a comment. Then there's engagement, which is content amplification, where we want them to actually engage in it. Maybe it's long form. Maybe you're putting in pictures of your vacation. Maybe you're putting in puzzles, or maybe you're asking questions, simple questions about life. Maybe it's hard life questions. Maybe it's questions like, how long have you lived in your home? Maybe it's a question about, how old were you when you bought your first home? Or what was the favorite part of your childhood home? These are questions. Memes. You can put memes in. You can talk about food. I'm not a big food guy, but this does work, right? So conversion. The conversion ads are asking them to do something, right? We want them to do something. We want them to ask you for more information. We want them to register. So it could be for events, could be a listing, a sale, could be information about that listing, information about the market. It could be, here, go get info. You show them how. This is value and not fluff. It's going to appeal to who your customer is, what your customer is, and what's important to your customer. So let's think about this, right? When we're talking about engagement, right, and conversion, we're talking about going toward your perfect customer. Do you know who your perfect customer is? Do you know who your customer is? Most of the time, the person you want to work with is the person that you're looking at in the mirror, yourself. What I mean by that is that you will find that if you think about the people you've really enjoyed working with, they're going to be a lot like you. Or they were more business-like and you took the business-like approach. I'm going to tell you again, that's going to be more like you. When we're talking about ads and getting people to do things, we want to actually put in the right type of ad to get the right type of response, right? So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an attention-getting headline with probably some emojis in it, right? There's going to be a collage picture that can be easily done in Canva, right? And if you're looking to sell your home, now is the perfect time. We're always going to hear that. But when we do it in a colorful manner like this, it's going to stop the scroll a lot more. Brand new homes. People love brand new homes. Look at the price, under. So the breakdown of spend is very simple, right? So the breakdown of spend is going to be 10, 30, 60. This is typical, right? And we're not talking about a day. We're basically talking about a month. I suggest you add a 0 to the monthly spend here, which is $1,000. So you'd be spending $100 on a like, which would be just regular ads, just regular something just to throw out there. 300 on content amplification, which is going to bring engagement. You're using actual engagement ads for this. There also can be calls to action in the engagement with a URL. You also can do that. Maybe you want to have them go look at your website or something like that. But what you're actually asking them to do is to go and look at something or go download something. You're not really looking for a lot of information here, but you still could. And lastly, it's the conversion type of ad, which typically is 60% of your spend for that month. Now, these breakdowns change month to month, depending on time of year. So you've got like, you've got engagement, and you've got conversion. Like content amplification, where you're amplifying what you want to talk about, and then it all leads to the conversion stuff because they're going to see your stuff that they're not going to react to. The conversion ad is going to be a reaction ad, which is very similar to these. These are reaction type ads. I know we can find the right price and right location. Contact me so we can help you find your dream home. Now, depending on markets and where we're at is going to depend on what the verbiage is here and how that content is going to read. Let's put a strategy together to sell your home. Let's put a strategy together of an aggressive nature to get you the home that you're looking for. So understand that I just talked about typical 10, 30, 60. That's 100%, $100, $1,000, whatever it is, whatever that number is. These are typical breakdowns, right? This is going to be during typical markets. Holiday season is going to be different. Thanksgiving week through December 18th is going to be a little different. December 19th through January 4th is going to be a little different. Notice that the Thanksgiving week through December is going to be less conversion and more content amplification than anything else. And then when we hit the next part, it's going to be more conversion. That December 19th number is going to be closer to December 23rd, depending on when the last shipping day is from the biggest outlets like Amazon, Walmart, all those places, right? Memorial Day through Labor Day is going to depend on your particular market activity, right? And what you need to do. If your market begins really heating up in January, that's where the 10, 30, 60 is going to come from. And that can roll all the way through. Because nowadays, there doesn't seem to be that much of a slowdown during the summer months than there is. And basically, that 10, 30, 60 is going to be most likely from the middle of January through the middle of November. Maybe back a little bit to October, but that's how it's going to be. Understand that this is a strategic plan. Just like everything else I've thrown at you and talked to you about, it's strategic, right? There must be a plan. Also, working with your affiliated resources is something that you should be doing. You should be having them work with you, being involved in your engagement and content and your conversion stuff. Video for retargeting is essential. Everything works together for all targets, like content amplification, your engagement ads, and conversion. Look, here's the thing. When you're getting noticed and they're seeing your stuff, and then you're getting engagement through the content amplification, they're going to be seeing stuff. And then conversion. Maybe they don't buy from you or sell with you right away, but you're going to have their information where you're going to want to remarket. This is why you see gowhitley.com down here, because this is a great way to remarket, to do video remarketing. My name is Dave Finale. This was just a short live at 5 to talk about the ad spend and the ad spend breakdown. This has been Dave Finale, Real Estate Skill Builder, all about ad spend breakdown. Thanks so much for joining me today. If there's any questions, you can reach me and we can have a conversation at talktodave.work or reach me here on Facebook, anywhere. All my stuff is there. But to set up a time to talk and to go over this stuff, maybe this is an issue with what your current strategies are. Let's put this together and let's get it done for you. Thanks so much for watching this broadcast of ad spend and how to break it up.